He's a really early jazz specialist. He's sort of the reincarnation of Benny Goodman. He is so beloved by our audiences. He could run for mayor of Morristown.
I've been a Manhattan resident for about 38 years, but I've been coming here since 2001, I think, and I played here in October, so coming up on 20 years I've been performing here right there in the Bickford Theater, and we came outside and did our first concert for Jazz on the Back Deck in July. Gray skies are gonna clear up, put on a happy face, brush off the clouds and cheer up, put on a happy face, take off that gloomy mask of tragedy, it's not your style, you'll look so good.
During the pandemic, the Morris Museum moved their music performances out to the back parking deck so everyone could be socially distanced. Picnics, sunsets, and an amazing view made the concerts an enormous success.
When you sit down in what normally is a dingy 53-year-old parking lot, and the sun starts to set on the hills, and the live music starts to play, suddenly it's something that's way more special.
Well, this is my favorite audience in the world, it really is, and I feel I know most, or if not all, of these people here. They've been loyal and devoted fans and friends for many years, and many of them are very good friends. So these are my people. I feel more at home with these people than I do in my own apartment.
Dan is one of my heroes, one of my oldest friends. We discovered many things in common, certain passions, not just old jazz, but old movies. Dan becomes an expert in everything he pursues, and so you have to be very careful when you tell him something, because he's usually going to correct you. Say, actually, I think you'll find.
But his true expertise is in early jazz, from its beginnings at the start of the 20th century through the 1930s.
The great American songbook composers like Irving Berlin and George Gershwin and Cole Porter, Hoagy Carmichael, they were all part of the Tin Pan Alley scene in the early 20th century and created this massive canon of music that is still, some of it's still very popular today, and other songs are not as popular but deserve to be. Before I was ever a musician, I was a fan of this music. It's not such an esoteric art form as other styles of music and jazz. It's really a people's music. This early jazz, you don't have to know anything about music, but it has a beat and it has great rhythm and melodies and harmonies, so many components, the different instruments improvising simultaneously in the front line. I felt as though it always was a part of my life.
Clouds have all departed, get lighthearted, spring has started to break through.
Molly Ryan, who's been with me on a lot of shows here, I also happen to be married to her. That's a whole other dynamic, husband and wife team.
Here's the thing to do now, take your last red penny, borrow some if you haven't any, get yourself a...
There's a new one that I learned only during the pandemic, and it's called Get Yourself a New Broom. And as soon as I heard it, I thought, oh my gosh, I want to sing this.
Get yourself a new broom and sweep the blues away. Unless I miss my guess, happiness doesn't hide around the corner.
It's not just about like smiling and being happy. It's get rid of those negative feelings, get rid of that sadness, and just like get yourself a new broom and sweep all the other stuff away.
Get yourself a new broom and sweep the blues away.
In addition to having his own band, Dan is a fixture on the New York jazz scene, and he's played with Vince Giordano and the Nighthawks for more than 20 years.
The Nighthawks did all the music for Boardwalk Empire, all 5 seasons, and I'm on that with Vince. I mean, he's the real genius behind that because he put all the music together and worked on the arrangements, and I just sat there and played the arrangements. But it was an honor to be part of that and to work with so many great singers who joined us in the studio for that, Boardwalk Empire, and also on The Aviator with the Nighthawks and The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and a bunch of other soundtracks and television shows that we worked on over the years.
Happiness comes double after a little pain.
I thought that the world and the folks here in Morristown needed some uplifting music after what we've been through over the past year. So I put together a program of songs about happiness and sunshine and sweeping the clouds away and put on a happy face. And if you want the rainbow, you must have the rain.